Hi guys, come on in. We're gonna do our makeup, which is much needed today so we could be a little bit more productive. I've been working on the back end of everything, getting caught up in my messenger, emails, all of those types of things, because I did indeed take the whole weekend off and it was glorious. As you can see, I did rearrange my office. Who knows if it's gonna stay, but as for now, this is what we're working with. It's kind of overcast and dark, so I do have my light on. So yeah, it works out. Let me know what you guys think of this little setup. I'm really quick gonna turn on my trigger word. I have it all set up. I just have to attach the video and then we'll go ahead and get started. This trigger will have like my sequence where you can answer questions and it'll get you to where you need to go and hopefully answer your questions faster than me. So if they don't, just respond back to the message and I'll get back to you. All right, we're not gonna do anything too crazy today. We're just going to, I'm thinking we'll play with one of these. This is a sculpting stick. I did a video on it. Actually, I need to turn this on really quick. Yeah, I'm thinking of playing with these sculpting sticks. I did a video on it last week maybe, and it's a really great way to get like some sculpting going on your eyes or like a soft wing without having to use like a liquid liner or play with eyeshadow. Just this alone will get that for you. So I was thinking maybe we could use the black one today, unless you guys talk me into something else. You can try. Hi Angela, how are you? Come on in. Are you reading this month? Hi Laura, hi Marissa, come on in. Thank you for being here. Let's see, I am gonna pin my website so you should be able to see that here on the screen. But if you say any of the words like info, need, want, details, anything like that, it'll send you over a message and hopefully get your questions that you might have answered. I waved my hair today. I don't love it, but it's fine. Maybe once I get makeup on, I'll feel better. So all I have on my face right now is skincare, and I did my same skincare routine that's just been working really well for me lately. I just did a water rinse this morning, and then I went in with my Plump Duo. I do have this linked in my sequence, so if you say the words info, need, want, details, anything like that, you'll get to the skincare, and I have my Plump Duo linked, which is hyaluronic acid and a really great cell active face oil serum that like re-energizes, locks in hydration, and just helps carry that hyaluronic acid deeper. And then my Forehead Duo, which I mix these two together during the day, massage them in fully, and then I went in with my moisturizer. So that's all I have on my face right now. And then I did do my eyebrows, which is just like a brow gel and a brow liner. I used the Brow Stylist Definer. I have this in my Amazon storefront. If you go to photos, the picture where I'm holding these has my brow linked as well. So if you're interested in that, and I use the shade, what shade do I use? Dark Brunette. Okay. All right. You just started the trilogy. The first book is getting so good. Oh, I'm so glad that you are enjoying. So you're on last month. You're on like the Bronze Horseman trilogy. Is that what you're talking about? My mom just finished the first book and she like read the book and she kind of struggled with it. I think part of it is because it has like different languages in there and stuff, because it was, I think, originally like a Russian book. So she struggled with that a little bit, and when we would listen to it on Audible, she liked it more. So I have all three of the books. I've already read them, and she said that she wants to listen to the second book because the Audible is just fantastic. This month's books are just so great. I loved both of them. I already read next month's too. I really need to stop doing that, but I can't stop, won't stop. Hi guys, welcome. Come on in. Thanks for being here. Okay. So I think we're just gonna go ahead and start with our Olive Rose, and we're just gonna like even out my complexion. And if you guys have something else you want me to do on my eyes, you can try to talk me into it. I'm perhaps open. Try me. I'm using the shade 9 as my skin tint serum. This is so good, you guys. I don't usually go a day without putting on Olive Rose. Even if I'm gonna wear like a full face of makeup, I still put Olive Rose as my base. So this is shade 9, which is a really perfect summer shade for me. I do have a couple little breakouts right here, but it really helps to like neutralize any redness I might be dealing with, just evens out my complexion, adds really beautiful glow and hydration to my skin. I like to look at it as an extension of my skincare because you can use it as a base and you get all those great benefits from the ingredients, or you can use it as like your makeup. It truly just depends on what kind of look you're going for. But no matter what, I'm gonna put this on. It's so, so good. I'm gonna add just a tiny bit more. Is this the trilogy I just finished book 1 of? Yes, The Bronze Horseman. That's, I think, what she's talking about. Oh, you're reading the whole series. I didn't read the whole series of the Jojo Moyes. I'm not sure how you say her name. The Me Before You. I didn't read the whole trilogy, but I have it on my wish list. Thank you so much for reminding me about that though, because I've already finished the books for next month, and I'm gonna go back and read the trilogy because I loved The Me Before You. That was so good. But the Brown Horseman trilogy, oh, you read all those? Oh my gosh. Yeah, they are so good on Audible. The Bronze Horseman. I totally understand why my mom was just like, come on with the book part of it, but the Audible, it just had me in a chokehold. It really did. I enjoyed every bit of it except for Dimitri. Dimitri is so evil. Okay, so again, Olive Rose skin tint. You can see how it gives me that really beautiful glow, evens out my complexion. She's just Gorgina, okay? And then I really love to pair my Olive Rose with my Saint. I think they pair together so, so well, and then you get a lot of control over the kind of coverage that you are looking for that day. I'm just keeping it pretty simple because it's already 4 o'clock. What the heck? And I'm just wearing like a romper, and I don't love the way my hair's looking. Maybe more makeup would fix it, I don't know. But pretty much I'm just getting ready to go pick up Quinn from my mom's house. And that's it. But I can be persuaded if you're good at it. Let's see. Yeah, it had to be originally in Russian. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. I can't remember where I read that. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that it was a Russian series first, and then it was like translated into English. But I loved every minute of it. I would totally listen to it again because I already missed Alexander and Tatiana. And I loved so much that the 3rd book like summed it all up all the way to the end. Like, don't you guys just love series that are like complete? Because I just adore that. Okay. Nobody's gonna tell me what to do. I have to make all the decisions. It's so hard. I was actually having a chat this morning with AI because I was trying to figure out like what to do, because I feel like I'm like a little bit like on I'm overwhelmed. Like there's so much I want to do, but then I get very consumed by, okay, I want to do this and I want to do this, and I have like a whole list of things that I want to do saved in my notes on my phone, and then I go to look at it and then I'm like, I don't even know where to start. So yeah, me and Chat had a whole thing this morning. I'm like, what do I do? Where do I go? How do I begin? How do I prioritize the things that I want to do? So I can't remember why I even said that, to be honest, but that's just where I'm at. I've just been a little bit like, I guess maybe like the ADHD in me has all these ideas, but can't put them into action because there's so many of them that I don't know where to start. Why did I start talking about this in the beginning? I don't even know. What were the makeup choices? I was just saying that I was planning on just doing an eye look with this alone, the sculpting stick from Maybelline, and just doing like a soft blown out wing, but in black, because I think last time was in like an espresso color. But if you wanted to persuade me to do something else, you can try. So anyway, just evening out my eyelid, I just used my Saint like concealer color, and then I'm gonna add my Red Aspen translucent setting powder to set that down before it creases. Hayden and I cleaned all of my brushes on Friday of last week, and I feel like brand new. Like, what do you mean my brushes are actually white? Are you sure about that? Because for the last however many months, they were pink and brown. But look at them. They all look so good. This one's a little stiff. We gotta soften her up. There she is. What do you mean those are white? What do you mean the top of this is white? What do you mean this is white and not brown? What? It looks so good. Here's the one I'm using already, so you can see the difference. But that was great. She loves washing my brushes, so we need to do that more often because it really like got her all jazzed up. Anything that has to do with like sensory, she's all over it. Okay, let's see. You do you, girl. Hi, Marissa. Glad to see you back. I'm here, girl. Thanks for being here with me. Their love was, gosh, it was just like so fierce, wasn't it? Like, could you imagine being so in love with somebody that you would do all the things that Tatiana did for that man? My brain can barely wrap around that. Okay, I think I'm gonna just do this then because I don't see anybody saying anything specific, so we're gonna do this. So this is a sculpting stick from Maybelline. So they recommend using it to like do all sorts of like designs on the eyes, smoked out wings, soft wings. You could even put it on your whole eyelid and smudge it out. Like you could literally do anything with this. But I personally really love to do a smoked out wing with it because of this tip that it has. Do you see how it's like angled? So it makes it really easy to get a nice line and angle, as well as on the other side, there is this really compact micro, super small, what's going on? My mouth's not working. There's this really small micro angled bristle brush. Say that 10 times fast. And it makes it really easy to clean up the edges, to pull it up and smoke it out, and so on and so forth. And they're really affordable. They come in a few different colors. So that's what we're gonna do, okay? All right, so what I do is I take the liner side first, and I go up and find like my natural line, which carries up from the bottom. So you could either follow that naturally. If you want it to angle up more, you can redirect it a little bit more. But for me personally, I like to keep my eye open. I do have like an ideal open eyelid and a lot of freedom, but I realize that not everybody does. But even for me, I do find that I like my wings a lot better if I just keep my eye open so I could see the shape they're actually gonna be, versus closing my eye, doing all this work, opening it up, and then it's like a Nike swoosh. That is not the vibe, okay? So we're gonna take this and we're gonna follow the line from the bottom and we're just gonna flick it straight up. Do you see how sharp that is? It's so easy to use and it's really nice and soft. So you can easily like drag it out, but it does dry down. So like once, like you can work with it, and then once it dries down, it's gonna be there all day. Okay, so I'm gonna go in a little bit and kind of drag that out. I went a little bigger than I would have normally, but that's fine. And then we're gonna connect to the tip very, very gently. Then I'm gonna flip it over to where the bigger part is facing down. And then we're gonna fill this in. And it does not have to be perfect because we're gonna smudge it out. But do you see how that looks the same with my eye open, but then when I close it, it's actually a different shape? That's why I do it with it open. Because if I were to try to create this perfect little triangle with my eye closed, when I opened it, it would change completely. Okay, so now I'm gonna flip over to this brush side, and I'm gonna use this to smudge out the edges and also pull it in. See how it's giving me this like nice graphite look? And then I'm gonna flip over to where the point is at the bottom. And then I'm gonna flick it up so we can get like a sharper edge. Hi Becca, come on in. Thanks for being here. We're playing around with this sculpting stick from Maybelline. I've used it a few different times. This is actually the first time I've played around in black. But you can see it's just really easy to use, and it gives you like a really nice soft wing with like a lot of control and without having to use eyeshadow or liquid liner. Hey Shay. Yeah. Can you go to the air conditioner right there? And it's probably on 75. Can you click it down to like 73? Cause I just got sweaty. Probably because I'm in front of this light. Okay, now I'm gonna go back to the liner side and we're just gonna clean this up, make it look really intentional on the, what do you say? The edge? So then it gets like a gradient versus just being all smudged. Okay, then I can go back over to the brush side. The movie, no, not the movie, the book that we're talking about is called The Bronze Horseman. And it was the books that we read last month for my reading group or reading club. I don't know what you would call it. I'm recommending books each month. So we were talking about last month's reads. And then this, was it last month? You guys, I'm so confused. Like, how is school already starting soon? That's actually blowing my mind. I've been like toying around with the idea of maybe homeschooling, which I really want to do, but very scared to commit to. Like, I barely know what day it is most days, but if you ask me about a book, I can probably tell you about it. I just don't remember what month it was. Yeah, air conditioning bill is crazy. Last month's bill was a lot. So we actually just reprogrammed our AC because it was like at 71 always, and it felt like it was just always blowing. And then I'm inside wearing a sweater and I'm like, this is crazy. Why are we doing this? Especially because my husband's the one that runs hot all the time, and he's gone all the time at work during the day. So it's like, why am I running this as if he's home? So I actually just changed it to 74 throughout the day until evening time. But I was still cold earlier, so I clicked it up to 75. So, but now I'm sweating. Is this what 37's like? What do you guys think of that? I think it's really pretty. It's just simple, easy. Gives you like a little touch of something without being too much. And it gives you like the opportunity to like really elongate your eye shape and add a little bit of depth to it without spending a bunch of time on it, right? I'm gonna do this one a little faster. Hey Shay. Yeah? That doesn't need to be so loud. It's okay. Do homeschooling with some kind of co-op to supplement. Actually, there's some people, some of my friends do that. I just need to get with them and see like what program I guess they're using. The one that I was looking at was like a public, like a free public school homeschooling. And they have like certified teachers that actually teach through like video. And I think that Quinn would do really, really well with that, but would be a little bit of a struggle. So I don't know. We'll see. Otherwise, school starts on the 10th. I just feel like this summer has just flown by. Do you guys feel like that? Just kind of going back and forth until I get the look that I'm liking. You'd be great. One day at a time, 1 year at a time. I homeschooled 2 through high school and then graduated from college. You are amazing. You should be a proud mama. That's amazing. Yeah, I've been really, really like praying on it because I don't want to make any rash decisions because the school that they go to is a Christian school, and I really love that they get like a different atmosphere. They have Bible, they have assembly, they have worship, like they have all of these things that we really, really love. But then there's just other things that I wish were a little maybe different. And so, yeah, just thinking about it. Also, you know, it's expensive. It's so expensive. Okay. Pretty, right? Just a little extra, little zhuzh to the eye. Just wait till we got the rest of our face on. So again, that was a sculpting stick. I do have it in my Amazon storefront under photos, or if you go to makeup, it should be linked there as well. So all we have on our face now is just skincare, brows, olive rose, and a little bit of eyeliner. Now we're gonna go in with our saint, I believe. Wait, you guys tell me, saint or olive rose? I'm down for either. I've been doing saint a lot, but like no regrets. It's one of my favorites. It's what I reach for, like, let's see, for church. Whenever I'm like hurrying up to do my makeup, I do my olive rose base and then I throw on my saint makeup, a little touch of powder, and then we're out the door. So it's authentic because it's something that I use literally every single day. If you wanted to like add just a little bit more to this eye look, I'm thinking I'm going to grab the etch brush from Saint, and I'm gonna go in right here to Salem. It's like our matte black color. And I'm gonna get a little bit of that on my brush. And I just want to use this right here where there's kind of like a gap, but I still wanna keep it nice and soft. So I'm gonna actually use just a touch of black eyeshadow, which I'm sure most everybody has. And I'm literally just stamping that on the lash line. Just one, to add a little bit more insurance to it so that way it doesn't move, but also so it gets like a little bit more depth and it looks just more finished. See what I mean? Like, look how that one kind of connects to the lash line, whereas this one kind of ends. You could totally still do that with the eyeliner, but I just find that like eyeshadow, when you're not going across your whole lid, is a lot softer. So I'm just kind of using this flat brush to stamp it right where it ends into my lash line, and then kind of going right over top of those darker spots with the black eyeshadow, and it just makes it look more finished. Do you agree? So we'll just call the sculpting stick our base and the eyeshadow our insurance. Or our top coat, if you will. Looks like more fierce. All right, love, we're gonna leave that there. I am gonna grab, if I could find her. Where are you? Well, I was gonna get my favorite eyeliner pencil and do a tight line, but I'm not seeing her. Das ist not good. Where'd you go? How rude. Right. Okay, well, never mind. We shall move on, and I will find her another time. Let me go back and see if there was any. Agreed. More finished and softer. Isn't it so pretty? Okay. I want to purchase Saint, but I can't remember how you apply it. Saint, Olive Rose Saint. Okay, I see more Saint than I do Olive Rose, so we'll do that. Olive Rose is what I have on my face right now in the tint. And I used shade 9, which is my summer shade. She's gorge. If you need to take the shade finder quiz, you can go to my website and click on color match. And I believe on my color match form, I have like a question for Olive Rose. If you click on it, it'll take you to the shade finder, or just send me a message and I can help you. Let's go ahead and do Saint. So there's a lot of different ways that you can apply Saint. You can literally take your finger and like finger paint it on your face, or like paint by numbers, or you could just use a brush. A brush is my favorite. I just find that you have a lot more control, and it just looks better in my opinion. So that's what we're gonna do. And I do like to start with my contour, and I do go a little heavier on my contour because I have been doing more of an underpainting method where I apply it a little more aggressive, if you will, and then I kind of wash my foundation shade over top. It looks so good. Trust the process, okay? It looks very scary at first, but then once you do it, you're gonna be like, I get it. So I go right up underneath that cheekbone, right where you feel resistance. That's where you want to contour. And then I blend it up, not down. You don't want to get a little contour beard. You want it to be really nice and soft. But it doesn't have to be perfect because, again, we're going to soften it with our foundation shade. And then I do get up into that hairline. If you have a smaller forehead, you don't have to do this step. If you have a larger forehead, girl, get into it, okay? It'll bring the attention down to your eyes. Basically gives this illusion of like a shorter forehead, and again, brings the attention down to the eye area. And then I take a little bit and go right here up underneath the jawline, hug it right here in that corner, and it'll give you a little bit of a shadow. And then sometimes I'll go right here on that neck area where you have like a natural shadow. It just kind of intensifies it. Then on the side of my brush, I'll hug the side of my nose and create a little shadow right there. And you don't even have to be this precise. Like I could literally just put this contour all over my nose and then we'll reverse contour. That's generally what I do most often. Then I'll kind of soften that out. Okay, so that's contour. Sometimes I'll even go more heavy. But we're going for like a softer look today. So we're gonna stop there. Then I like to go in with my blush and bronzer brush. The blush and bronzer brush has this really fluffy side, and then it has this more dense side. This side right here is so good for bronzer. It's also really good for foundation if you're doing this underpainting method. So first I'm gonna go in right here. I'm actually dipping into my contour and my bronzer, and I'm picking it up on this fluffy side of my brush. And I'm gonna go right over that contour area. And this is just gonna add a little bit of warmth, but keep it from looking too orangey because again, we're gonna go in with foundation next. Foundation is kind of like our little magic eraser moment. And when you do this first, you're gonna realize that you're gonna use less makeup in the long run. Okay, then next, we're gonna go in with blush, all before foundation. I know it doesn't make any sense, but it makes a difference. So I have a bunch of different lip and cheek shades in here. I think I'm gonna go in with this one. I think her name is Haze. Let me pull it out so I can make sure. Yeah, this color right here. It's called Haze. It's this really beautiful, cool toned, like plum, grapey plum color. And I'm gonna dip into it using that smaller side of my brush. And then we're gonna start high up on the cheek. Just doing a stippling motion. We haven't done any brightener or foundation, so I could even pull it all the way across. And this will give you like a little bit of color correcting too, if you have maybe like some yellowy green underneath that eye, which sometimes people do with like melasma. Okay, now we're gonna use foundation and concealer. So I'm gonna flip back over to that fluffy side. And this is like extra when it comes to application. You can make this as easy or as like expert level as you want it to be. Most people just finger paint their face, blend it out, call it good. But I just like to teach different ways to apply it because not everybody likes doing that kind of method. So I just like to show that there's multiple ways to use the makeup. So now I'm going in with that fluffy side into my foundation shade and just picking up a little bit of that color. You can see like my little acne spot I have right there. And I'm going to just like whisper this across those edges. And any areas that I want a little bit more coverage. And it's just gonna like marry everything together and soften anything that maybe you first applied and you thought was a little harsh. See how that contour looks like married with the rest of the colors now? Instead of like a brown stripe. Same here, I like to just kind of whisper it across my forehead into that contour. Make it all kind of become one. So I'm not doing like crazy buffing. I'm literally just doing this press and pull to like blot the makeup on my face. Okay, and then we're gonna go back to that same brush we applied our contour with, and we're gonna use the small side, and I'm gonna go into my brightening shade. And now we're going to brighten the under eye. So I'm going to start on the side of my nose, and we're going to stay low under the eye and kind of clean up that contour a little bit. This is where I say reverse contour. And then you could either use your finger to blend it up and out, or you could use your brush. The brush is gonna give maybe a little heavier of an application. The finger is gonna really just melt it into the skin. So this is with brightener, with no brightener. So we'll do the same thing over here. Grab a little bit more of your product. Start on the side of your nose. It can handle more makeup. And you can clean up your nose contour. And then stay low because you can handle more makeup here versus right up underneath the eye. Then you can take your finger, start where you have the most amount of product, start pressing it in. That's also going to kind of prime your finger. And then you can pull it up and over on the under eye. Okay, and you can see I have a little bit of a line here. Grab that same brush that you used with your blush and just stipple it, and it'll blend it out. And I'm a blush girl, so you can bet your bottom dollar I will be going in with more blush here in a second. I'm also gonna grab just a tiny bit of that brightener color. I'm gonna go right on the center of my nose. Again, reverse contour. Just put a little bit of color there and then blend it out. So this is, I would say, like maybe a little bit more of an advanced application, but once you do it, you'll get it, and then you'll just keep doing it with brushes like this. But there's other ways you could do it. Like traditionally, you could just go in with, say, this side with your foundation, do that first, then go in with your contour, your bronzer, your blush, your brightener. Or you can just paint it all on your face wherever it goes and then blend it out. There's a lot of different ways to apply it. It's just kind of up to you and like what feels most natural. Like feels most natural in your application, not necessarily like what looks most natural. But this is my favorite way to do it. Just find that I have a lot of control and it looks really natural. I like that I don't have any harsh lines. It's just gorge. So here is what my skin looks like. No powders. Everything's blended out. Just looks really soft, really cohesive. Has like a really nice gradient. I've done skincare but no makeup today. You're gonna try that finger tapping technique tonight. That is so pretty. Thank you. Yes, please do. Let me know how you like it. Okay, so we're gonna just leave the makeup for now because I want you guys to see how it just doesn't budge. Like I could literally leave like this and I'm not gonna have like crepey, creasy, cracked skin in 30 minutes. Like traditional liquid foundation or liquid concealer does if you don't like set it. Cream moves with your skin and it really just like marries the skin, and so it doesn't settle the way that you would think it would. So I'm just gonna like finish up my eyes while this sits on my face so you guys can see it's not gonna do anything weird. And I am 37, so I'm not in my 20s anymore. I do have to do some different things to make my skin still look naturally finished without being like overdone, but still put together, you know what I mean? Okay, I just kind of used that same brush that we tapped over top of the liner with that black on it. And I'm just like using it as a liner on my lash line here at the bottom. And then I'm taking a clean brush and I'm just softening it because I don't want it to look too heavy, but I want it to kind of tie together and frame like that lash line. Then I'm gonna curl my eyelashes. I'm also, while I curl, I'm going to turn on my heated lash lift tool, and I'm gonna put it on high so that we could use that after we go in with mascara. So curious, if you maybe have never used Saint before, or maybe you do, but you've never used the technique that I just did, where we did like some underpainting and then finished with foundation and concealer, does that kind of like overwhelm you, or does it make you feel like, oh, I want to try that? Or would you like to see a different application method? I do need to like do some updated pre-recorded videos so I can post those and share them with you guys when you do grab Saint, or if you have questions about application. Maybe I'll put that on my to-do list this week to record different applications using my Saint, because I don't think it's like one size fits all. I think that you'll find a way that works best for you, and then you'll kind of stick to it, which there's nothing wrong with that. I just realized this is the eyeliner you were looking for. I looked on your Amazon and I didn't see it. What is it called? Angela, if you go to my Amazon storefront and then you click on photos, I actually have a photo where I'm holding this and you can see like my wing, and it's linked underneath that photo. So if you go to my Amazon storefront, click on photos, it should be linked underneath the photo where I'm holding that liner. Now we're gonna go into some mascara, and I think underneath that same photo, Angela, is the mascara that I'm using, as well as the brow liner that I use. Okay, I'm gonna go in with the Extensionist mascara. It has just been a tried and true for me. I have gone through, this is my third one. I have a fourth one in my drawer. And this is the waterproof, so I like to use the waterproof on my top lashes, and then I use the regular on my bottom, which I will also show you. And they both perform really, really well. I love the bristles on this. It like contours to your eye and like really grips your lashes and kind of lengthens, and it's a really nice dark black. I believe they have other colors too though. And I'm trying to get like really tight to my lash line since I couldn't find my eyeliner to like tight line. I want the base of my lash to be really nice and dark. The black waterline eyeliner. Oh, this one, but in black. I know what you're talking about. It is on my Shop My. It's on my Shop My under makeup. So sorry. Water liner. I need to order a new one. And it is pricey, I will say. But it's one of the best eyeliners I have ever found for the waterline, especially because it does not like transfer onto my lower lash line. And it literally stays until you wash it off. You have to like kind of get up in there to get it out. But it performs really, really well. I wish I could. I was gonna say I wish I could find it. She was in that drawer the whole time where I was looking. What I do. Okay, now I'm gonna use the regular mascara for my lower lash line. And I'm just gonna kind of shimmy at the root and pull down. Right. I just got trolled by my eyeliner in there. Excuse me, can you get out of the way? It's like one of my ones that didn't get curled, sticking straight down. Look at how that black liner just like makes my eyes pop. Makes them look like really light brown. That's so pretty. Okay, I'm gonna let that mascara dry, and then I'm gonna probably go in with that eyeliner just so I can show you how great it is. And then with the heated eyelash curler, I'm gonna go right here into this inner corner, and I hold it at the base and then kind of pull it up like you would mascara. And it just gives like another lifted element to those like hard to reach areas. Like it's hard to get to with my eyelash curler. And I do not use this when my lashes don't have mascara. Like it just does not work for me on bare lashes. But after I have mascara, I do like to use the heat to just like mold my lashes. I'm at almost 51. I'm trying to get away from heavy makeup for a color match. What would I need to do? Hi, Veronica. Thanks for tuning in. So let me just start by saying my mom, she's 65 and she uses all the same makeup that I use as far as like Olive Rose goes and Saint. So rest assured that I got your back. Her skin looks amazing with these products because the Olive Rose is skincare infused. Well, it's basically skincare. Skincare meets makeup. And then Saint is cream, and cream moves with your skin and doesn't crack and dry down like liquids do, or even powders. So all you have to do is just say any of the words like info, need, want, details, and I'll send you a message. And you can fill out my color match form. I have like a bald spot right here. If you see that, no you didn't. You can fill out my color match form and I can get you set up. And if you want Olive Rose, which is the skincare infused makeup, you can just say that on your color match and I'll get you pointed in the right direction for that. All right, I'm gonna stop messing with them. I'm gonna use that eyeliner I was telling you guys about. I don't use this side very much. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, but honestly, it's all messed up because I don't really use it. Then this side is amazing. It is expensive. It's a Valentino Colorgraph Rock Stud Noir. And I actually have it in this black and I have it in a green color as well. And you'll see, normally I like to cry when I do my eyeliner, and I always tell you guys I do this for you. Like I do it for the people, not for me, because I hate it. But this eyeliner kind of changed the game for me because it glides so effortlessly on my lash line to where it doesn't tickle as bad and it doesn't hurt. So it doesn't make my eyes water. And it also stays where I put it. So I just put it up there on my waterline, and it's not gonna transfer the way others do onto my lower lash line because I like to keep my lower lash line brighter. So this has been a game changer for me. 1000% highly recommend, and it's worth the money because I've used a lot of different eyeliners and none of them glide like that or stay like that or don't transfer like that. Okay, so I think that one's worth a splurge. All right, so here's my skin. I didn't set it. It's not cracking or creasing, not even under my eyes or around my nose or in my smile lines. Whoa, I need a shave. So you can see it wears really nice. Like if you have mature, dry skin, you do not need to set this with powder. You can just live your glowy, fresh life. If you want extra insurance to your makeup, I do recommend setting with reason, okay? so we're gonna go in with some powders, the same powders I've been using on repeat because they work, they're beautiful, and I think you guys will really like them too. So I have all the powders that I'm using when it comes to bronzer and blush and highlight. They're all in my Shop My, which you can find on my website, or send me a message and I can just give you the link. But I'm gonna just take this bronzer and I'm pressing it right over top of where we contoured, bronzed. And this is just kind of adding some insurance. It's not really changing the color that's already there. Instead, it's just like setting it in place and keeping its color. Because if I were to go over top with a translucent setting powder, it would dull those colors. But going over top with a bronzer or blush that has color, it keeps it really vibrant. Okay, and then I'm gonna go in with my blush. I have not put this one down. It is so, so beautiful. It has a sheen to it too, which looks really gorgeous on top of creams, and it keeps that gorgeous luminous finish that we love about creams. So I'm just kind of tapping that right over top of our blush. And I'm doing a tapping, stippling motion. I'm not doing this. You don't want to move what's underneath. You want to press it into place and keep it there. Put a little bit right here because we haven't used any translucent powder. At 74, you feel defeated. Why is that, Joan? Why is that? Do you feel like these products don't work for you? If so, tell me how so. I would love to help you troubleshoot. Okay, a lot of it does have to do with skincare too, guys. Like, your makeup is only as good as your skincare is. So if you're taking care of your skin is hydrated, it doesn't have to be wrinkle-free, but just hydrated and your skin barrier is healthy, your makeup will go on well. You just have to maybe change up your technique, change up your product as far as like the medium that you're using, and we can get you to that skin-like, maybe youthful look that you're going for. Okay, that was the highlighter. All three of those, the bronzer, the blush, and the highlighter, are all in my Shop My under makeup. Okay, now we're gonna go in with our translucent setting powder. You don't have to use this, but I really love the blur that it gives me. And I don't wanna mattify my skin. I love a skin finish, but this is what's gonna blur my skin. So I just kind of shake it, get a little bit of that product up on the cap, press into it, and you can see here where I have these pores. I'm gonna take whatever's in this brush and we're just gonna press it right over top of that porous area, and it's gonna blur it. And I actually posted a short video of me using this powder this morning, and it has the direct link if you say the word set on that video, and it'll send it to you. So here's with powder, here's with no powder. So we have light reflecting off of my face here because this is cream. Cream reflects light. We wanna kind of minimize that reflection so that there's less texture being shown. So that's what this powder does. It blurs and it kind of mattifies this area without drying you out. And it just gives you this like filter effect. So powder, no powder. So we're gonna grab a little bit of powder here and we're gonna press it into that area again. And if you'll notice, like, I'm not doing this whole under eye. I'm literally just doing this little pocket right here because I love glow under my eye. I think it's really youthful. It keeps you from getting dry looking or aging your under eye. Instead, I'm just focusing on this more porous area. Same for my forehead. You can see here, nothing wrong with that. Like, we all have skin. It is what it is. But you can take a little whisper of the powder and just kind of dust it over top. Very, very light pressure, like Bob Ross it, 3 hairs and some air, and it just kind of minimizes that shine, which is reflecting the light, which is showing texture. Okay, then I like to do just a little skosh right here where my hair sits, and where we tend to put our hands and whatever transfers. And then right here where I have that blemish, I'm gonna just tap a tiny bit more product, like a tiny, just for a little bit more coverage. You see that? Then I'm gonna take that brush and I'm just going to gently tap that powder over top, because this is reflecting light right now, so it's coming forward and it's showing more texture, it's showing more volume. But if I take a little powder and I get rid of that shine a little bit, it makes the blemish have less height when you're looking at it, because it's not reflecting light. It's all about light reflection when it comes to texture on your skin. Gorge, right? A little bit. And when I posted about this morning, and I said, I have a graveyard, an actual graveyard of powders. From high end, like I'm talking Givenchy, Hourglass, like all these higher end powders that TikTok told me to buy. And I still keep going back to this. This is so good. It's talc free too, but it doesn't have a shine. A lot of talc free powders have like a luminous effect to it from, I believe, the mica, and this one does not. It blurs beautifully. It's not super drying on the skin. It's hydrating. It has skincare benefits in it as well. So I say if you have mature skin or dry skin or even normal skin and you just like the glow, I would set it with a fluffy brush like I used. If you have more oily skin, I would use like a powder puff like this. I used to use this, but I just found that I don't need it to be as heavy because my skin is more normal to dry. And I like the glow, so I don't want to overly mattify it. I just kind of set with reason. Okay? So last is going to be lips, my least favorite part. What are we going to do? First, I'm going to make sure they're not so dusty crusty. I've been putting Aquaphor on my lips before I go to bed. It's been helping a lot. I have on some Bombshell beads today. When I cleaned my office, I dusted off some of my Bombshell beads, and I'm like, Esmia, why don't you wear these? They're so beautiful. And so when I put this on, we put on some Bombshell beads too. Lips, can you tell they're my favorite? They're not. They're my least favorite part of makeup, guys. All right. Can you guys just give me a color? Can you give me a color and then I'll see what I could do? Please. Please, please. You could also use setting spray at this point too. I usually do it before and after. I just really like the way my skin looks right now. And if I don't want to put any more glow and then want to put more powder, I feel like we're vibing with the way my skin looks right now, so I'm just gonna leave it. But if you guys could throw out a color, I would be so grateful. Let's see. I actually have I do like this color. Pretty pink. She's hot pink. Saint One with the diamonds. I got that, and I love the Diamonds Are Forever lipsticks. So good. Pink. Okay, I see. I see you with pink. Let's do that. Okay, I don't know if I'm gonna keep this, but I just want to try it because I do like these formulas. These are the Colorstay Matte Light crayons from Revlon. But this is like really loud. So I'll see how I feel. I think I'm just gonna line with it. This is giving Barbie. This is giving Barbie. With the wing and the lip. I think I'm just gonna line with it. Proceeds to do 90% of her lip. Okay, and then I think I'm gonna use this color. It's called, not that. I think I'm gonna use this one. It's called Strawberry. It's from Saint. It's a lip gelato. And I think I'm gonna pop it in the center to marry it all together. I like a gloss on my lips because I don't have like very big lips. So when I keep them more matte, again, matte is flat. When there's light reflection, it comes forward. So I like a little bit of shine on my lips because it makes them look fuller. Okay? That is pretty. It's gonna end up on my Invisalign though. So hold please while I be weird. Don't be weird, okay? Be weird, but like don't do it on camera. It makes me uncomfortable. That's really pretty. I feel like I need a pink necklace on now or something. All right, what do we think? I actually do have a pink necklace. Should we put like, not my legs sticking to my chair. Gross. Whoa. Oh my goodness, Esme, you don't even have nails. What's the problem? Hey, that's kind of cute. I don't love waves on me, guys. I really wish I did because it's such an easy hairstyle, but that would be great at the beach or poolside. This lip? Yeah, it's giving summer for sure. Like I wish I was more tanned than I am at this moment, you know? Okay, I think that's it for today, guys. I did take a before picture and I'll take an after picture once I get settled. I need more pink on me to tie in this lip because it kind of like is standing out. So I might do this necklace over top maybe, or by itself. Maybe by itself. And then switch out my beads and put like some pink on there. Let's do that real fast. There's that. Let me grab some pink. One moment, please. What about, no, those are kind of boring. Okay, that'll work. And then this, and then maybe I will put on, I don't know, something else pink. Maybe a pink bag. All right. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I will post my after picture and then I'll try to link everything that I can on that picture. So then that way, if you, just checking my Invisalign, if you need anything, you can find it there. But otherwise, just send me a message. I'm always happy to help you guys. I hope you have a great rest of your day and I will see you maybe tonight. Maybe we'll do a skincare. I don't know. I'll see you later. Bye.